Hello guys, and welcome back to another reading. I felt pretty called today to do a reading. Well, I felt called to do a reading yesterday, but unfortunately I did not have time. So I had to push it to today, which is fine, it works out. So yeah, I feel kind of scatterbrained in the energy today. There might be a lot on someone's mind. There might be not just like things happening in your life, but I'm getting this feeling of needing to be several places, needing to be several people, or several places for several different people. You might have a lot of commitments coming up. You might have a lot going on in like your work and your personal life, and it kind of feels like it's slipping through the cracks for you. So let us get started. I'm going to pull some tarot cards from my deck. So let me grab, to connect with your energy, grab a few of these cards. Justice did pop out. Some of you might be, it might be literal, you might be in the middle of some kind of like legal proceeding. That might just be for a few of you. Let's see. We have 10 of Wands and Page of Wands in this deck. Wands are summer. So we have 10 and Page. So yeah, there's definitely that feeling of heaviness. You guys are physically, I meant emotionally, but maybe for some of you, you're physically carrying a lot. I did a lot of moving this weekend, so I'm definitely feeling that. And then we have this Page of Wands as well. So there's some sort of newness. This might be a message for a very specific person, but I'm getting this feeling of you might have a lot of passions and they might feel heavy, or there is something new that it's a passion that you've always wanted and always wanted to connect with. And you might be experiencing success, meaning time to spend with that passion. And I think for some of you, that might feel heavy, or it might feel like a burden. The passion, for some reason, might feel like a burden. I also have 2 of Cups here. Interesting. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards and try to get some more clarity here. 10 of Swords here. Yeah, so there's this heaviness, this pain. You know, this 2 of Cups did come out reversed. I wonder if this is something you used to do with someone. I'm going to leave it upright for now, but it might be one of those things where it might be heavy. It might be a passion that feels like it's full of grief now because it might be something that you shared with someone. We have the Magician. This Magician card, this is an artist here. And the Star on the bottom of the deck, this is interesting energy. This is very interesting energy. I definitely think that this is like some sort of creative pursuit, this passion. Let me grab some more cards. Can I get some clarifying messages for these cards for my collective, please? More insight into what this heavy energy is. I'm hearing cyclical. Maybe it's the time of year. Maybe you're someone who is really struggling. In the Northern Hemisphere, it's winter right now. If you're somewhere where it's cold or gloomy, maybe you're struggling with that and experiencing like seasonal depression. So it might be really difficult for you to engage with your passions. And we have like this 10 of Wands energy. Maybe you were really engaged in the summertime and you're feeling like you want that part of yourself back. We have this Star here as well, which kind of points more to this. And then we have the 10 of Spring. There is something about it's like rebirth, renewal. I don't know if it's through this passion, if it's around this passion. Let me get some more cards. There's just the messages feel kind of muddied. So I think maybe there's a couple of different ways things that are happening. Yeah, we have Ignite, which is sort of like this reminds me of Page of Wands as well. We have Hope. Yeah, there's this interesting connection with this passion and potentially a relationship. For many of you, it might be a romantic relationship. Maybe this was something. I'm getting a very specific message from someone, for someone, not from someone, that potentially this was something you did with someone, and I see either this relationship failed or was failing, and this is sort of what you tried to do to keep you together, right? You tried to keep yourselves together by engaging in some sort of activity that you both were passionate about together. Or it's how you met someone. There's something about it giving you hope, but not just you alone. And we have unique as well. This is very interesting energy. Can I get another card? Manifest. With this magician energy, you're manifesting something. And then we have the ground card. Okay. I am getting, okay, this is what I'm getting. You maybe feel like you're running on fumes. I think that for some of you, it is this passion that you started that maybe you wanted it to lead to like full-time work, or you wanted to just like, I'm getting this feeling of using this passion to connect with other people. I think that's where this Two of Cups and this hope, you know, these couple type cards, right, are coming from. And I think it's about connecting. I think that you are someone who is very unique. You're someone who has a very unique perspective on whatever this is. Maybe you want to like start a YouTube channel talking about it, or make like short form content talking about this passion, or maybe you're teaching people. There's something about you and a passion of yours, or a career of yours, or just something that really lights a part of your soul up. And you are either wanting to share this with people, or the idea or the process of sharing it has become very heavy for you. And I'm getting this energy of that this is something that once used to light you up, and now it maybe has become a little heavy for you. And I think there's a lot of self-doubt, but there's a lot of good energy here. I'm getting that you will be successful. Like, however you want to go about this, however you're connecting with people, whatever that idea, that vision of success looks like for you, whether it looks like simple connection, growing a community, starting a group, or whether that means like, you know, growing an audience on social media. You are capable of absolutely manifesting those things, and you like will definitely be the star of the show. But I think that for some of you, this needs to be more grounded in reality. This needs to be more grounded in reality. And I think your growth perhaps has come to a standstill, and you maybe are at a crossroads. You might think about giving up, or you have given up on this. But I think that you bring a lot of people hope. You connect with a lot of people. Your unique perspective really is something that allows people to feel seen. And I'm kind of getting two camps, and I'm going to pull some more cards here just to get more clarity and maybe some advice. But I'm getting this camp of like people who feel like, especially people around social media, the social aspect of this is not what you expected it to be. There might be a lot more negativity than you're expecting. It might be overwhelming for you, and that's why you had to step away. That's not for most of you. I think that's just for some of you. But for some of you, there's a lot of internal pressure to be unique, to be the best, or like you have a lot of self-doubt about whether or not you're capable of doing this, or that you're doing a good job. Maybe you're just starting out, so you haven't had a lot of feedback yet. Okay. I'm actually gonna pull for advice and clarity, because I think for some of you, this might be something that you are just kind of putting on the back burner. But for some of you, there's like this internal feeling of like, I need to do this thing with the inability to do it. And there's just a lot of things that may be potentially holding you back. And you aren't really sure, right, how to make your dream, make your ideal version of this. You don't know how to bring it into reality, bring it into fruition. Okay. A lot of cards. I'm getting like a lot of feelings. I'm gonna look through these quick just to see. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. See, but okay. Can I? Wow. A lot of feelings. So this might be bringing up a lot of feelings for you. You might be very much on the fence. I'm not getting a huge feeling of like walking away. This card is the only one where I really see people actually walking away. I think for a lot of you, the pressure and the heaviness, if it's not like from this message I'm getting of like you used to do it with someone and now it's become heavy, or you used to have a more successful channel or social media or whatever, right now it just feels like, you know, you're falling off or whatever. To me, a lot of you, it feels like you just haven't started yet. And it's been really difficult for you to like ground these ideas into something. I'm thinking of what keeps playing in my head. I keep getting a message of seeing that card from the Moon Tarot, or the Moon Oracle deck that I'm thinking of, that says your ideas need a practical plan. I think I pulled it in my last reading. I think it's full moon in Taurus. So there's this I keep seeing that and hearing that message. So there's really this reiteration of the necessity, like having a business plan, or like having a social plan, or having a, like, if you want to start a group, like having actual guidelines, actual deadlines, and knowing how to ask for help as well. Where to ask for help, when to ask for help. But it might just feel like you're juggling too much right now. And then, you know, all the self-doubt starts to creep in as well when it has been so long and you feel like you failed before you even started. It's interesting. So can I get, like, I need you guys to chill out. I'm going to shuffle you one more time. And I need you to calm down, please. What's going on with my cards right now? They're throwing a fit, and I'm not sure why. Okay, let's try this again. I'm going to shuffle you. Can I please get a couple of cards with some advice and some clarity for my friends who are experiencing this? A lot of overthinking. That's what I'm getting with all these cards coming out and all of this, like, going back and forth, having to do stuff over again. There's a lot of overthinking. And maybe some of you might be stuck on a certain step because you feel like you can't move forward because it's not perfect. So there might be some perfectionism. Yeah, judgment. You might be judging yourself as well. That is what I'm getting with this card. Cleanse. Oh, that's interesting. More on that in a moment. Let's grab one more of these, please. That's too many. It's far too many. Can I please get one more card? One more card from this deck? Thank you. Wish. Oh, okay. I'm getting harmony. There needs to be a balance here. I'm getting this feeling that for some of you, this is really important. For some of you, this is really important. It's a deep wish. It's a deep wanting. It might be something that you've wanted for a very long time, or that you feel like you've been consistently failing, that you've wanted since you were a child, maybe. There is this feeling of this thing being very, very soul deep important to you. But it's staying in this wish space instead of in a grounded and successful execution. Right? So, but we have this magician energy. We have this manifest energy. you have even this ignite energy and this page of wands. And with this page of wands, it might be, for some of you, this might be a new idea, but I'm getting more of like, you keep coming up with new ways to make it better. And it's sort of like you're, I don't want to say making excuses, but you're creating problems where there might not actually be problems because you're so focused on making it perfect before you can bring it to life. And that is why you're having a very hard time manifesting this, manifesting this idea into a grounded reality, even though you're more than capable of doing so. And outside of that, there is this self-doubt, and there's this internal judgment, and there is this constant maybe nagging. And for some of you, it might be like, oh, you're okay for a while, right? And you do some more planning, you do some more, you're like, oh, I'm going to start this next week. I've got everything I need. I'm going to start this. And then maybe you missed that deadline because it didn't feel right. Or maybe something did actually happen. You were sick or you had to work unexpectedly. And it feels like it's never going to work out. There's always something in your way. There's this cleanse card. And I think that this is really sort of a mindset card, right? I think that there is this need for you to cleanse your mind about this. It is probably taking up a lot of your brain space because it is very important to you. And when things are important to us, they tend to take up a lot of our thoughts, a lot of our time. Whether or not we're doing that thing, we're probably thinking about it a lot. And a lot of you maybe seem to be stressing about it. And with this cleanse card, there is this advice to sort of drop it for a few days, right? This need to reframe, recenter yourself, ground yourself, because the growth has stopped. The momentum forward has stopped. And I think that there is a need, instead of to keep trying to push through and do the same thing and employ the same tactics or the same ideas or try to come at it from the same angle you've been trying this entire time, there is this need for you to regroup. There's this need for you to really write down the practical side of things and follow through and not worry about it being perfect. You will learn as you will learn on the job, right? For some of you, this might be a job, but it's also just a phrasing, right? You will learn as you practice. You will learn as you begin. The only way to learn is by beginning. And I think it's very scary because it's so important, or you feel like it's something important for you to do, that you have to do, that you want to do, that you need to do, that every time you don't, every time you say no, every time you walk away, or every time you are unable to, it feels like you failed or you've walked away from this dream. But I'm just getting this real need to drop it for a few days, and when you come back, for a few days, for a few weeks, for a few months, however long you feel like you need to stop obsessing over it and really focus on other things. You know what I mean? Focus on your other hobbies, focus on your friends, your family, your other relationships, your work, whatever it might be. Take a couple of days, take a couple of weeks, take a couple of months. Then when you come back, really sit down. For those of you who do like spell work, I would recommend trying to do some sort of cleansing ritual, maybe even to remove the stress of the situation, remove the it being on your mind. Try to remove this for a couple of months, and then come back and really sit with yourself and physically write down a page of why this is so important to you, right? Your why. And then write down what every single step you would need to do in order to begin. Not in order to have a fully fleshed out, perfect ideal dream of what this is, what this project or what this passion is. Not what you will dream about when you're manifesting, right? Not what the ideal end result is. What are the actual physical first few steps you need to take in order to do the first thing, in order to put out the first video, in order to make the first piece of art, in order to get your first client, whatever that is, your first thing. And then do research if you need to, or write down if you know it. And that is your goal. That is where you start. You need baby steps. You need to prove to yourself that you are capable of doing this thing because you want it, right? And you need to break it down into something manageable so that it doesn't feel overwhelming, so that you're not trapped inside your head with all these doubts. And that's not to say you won't have doubts and you won't judge yourself, but it's important to just do it anyway, to post it, to reach out, to make the first move, to put up the flyers, to get your group together, right? Whatever it is. And I'm going to be honest with you. You might be amateur at it at first, right? You might be even bad at it at first. But the only way you get to that dream expert in your brain, that place you want to be without all the hard, vulnerable stuff, right? That person who just sits in that energy, who is an expert at this passion, who has been doing it for so long, you got to take the first step. You got to be bad at it or mediocre at it, or even just unsure, or have it take a long time before you can get fast at it or be good at it, or even like what you make, or like love what you make, right? It's important to try to like, or be neutral about it, right? Or even if it's, not up to your own standards, because we're our own worst judge. But yeah, so really just take a moment and write that down. And then just do the first step. Do the first step, do the second step, and it might take you a long time. You might backslide, you might have the doubts get the better of you some days, you might get off track, and that's all normal. And honestly, that's all a part of the process. It will not be perfect. It will not even be pretty some days. There will be some days or some weeks or some months maybe where you give up on this again. But I think that this is so important to you and you keep coming back to it. And I think that this is a moment where like you really feel like you can try to lock in, for lack of a better term, but really take the first step. Do it the stupidest way, do it the easiest way, do it the most amateurish way. Just get yourself out there. Okay, I'm going to pull this Lisa Frank Major Arcana for some final notes and final advice. Let's see. Can I just get 2 of these, please? Just 2 of these cards. I'm actually gonna shuffle them this way. It's taken a long time. This might be something you've been doing for a long time and it kind of keeps stalling out and you feel like, I know this is important, I know I can do this, or like, I want to be able to do this. You're the Empress, yes. Sitting in your power. The Empress, absolutely. This is where you can be. This is where you are on your way to be. You just got to take those first steps. You got to do it dumb. You got to do it stupid. You got to do it confused. You got to do it unsure. You got to do it with no experience. You know? My day job is graphic designer. I do branding. I do web design. But I started out as a social media manager. And that was really scary. Because I basically just was like, this is what I'm capable of doing right now. And obviously I have this big dream of like having my own studio and working with other designers and doing like full brand projects and all that kind of stuff. Right now I'm just freelance. But there is this feeling I got that I just needed to do what I was capable of. And I knew social media and graphic design enough. And I love doing strategy and that sort of thing. That I knew this was something I was capable of. And I had to do, I did my first job ever as a social media manager, not having ever really proven outside of knowing the skills that should work to myself that I could do this. So I did a great job. You know, I helped my client. I got them where I wanted to be. I still work with them to this day. But it was very scary. That first step of really saying, I don't know what I'm doing. I've done all the research and I theoretically should know what I'm doing, but I didn't internally know I could do it yet. And it's hard to just go out there and try something when you internally don't have that experience that you've succeeded before. And that can be a real mental block. You have the Lovers. There is this Lovers energy in this reading. I'm not sure if this is something that you are doing with a partner or something you're doing because of a partner. Maybe you have a partner that's cheering you on. But for those of you who really resonate with like doing this with a partner, or even if it, whether or not it's romantic or not, this could be something that brings you to someone new as well. If you resonate with that message as well, take that. This career or passion could lead you to meeting someone important in your life. But yeah, I haven't gotten a ton of hits on this, so it might just be for a very select few of you. I think more than anything, there's this sense of community. There's this sense of you impacting people. There's this sense of people really loving you, right? Of wherever you go, whatever you're creating, you are loved and you are important in the communities that you're creating and the groups that you are of people that you bring together, the people you inspire, the people that, you know. So I think this is about a specific like one partner or two partners for a few people. But I think primarily this is about how you inspire the collective that will come together based on your work with this passion. And we have the Hermit. Yeah, the Hermit. That's what I'm saying. The Hermit is kind of the energy that you might want to be in. You know, taking time away to really focus on yourself and get your mind a little more right? So walking away from this for like a couple of weeks, a couple of days, whatever feels right to you, whatever feels like you need to just sort of reset your brain. And then taking that time to do that internal work and figure out what it is exactly that you need in order to move forward. And that is what I'm seeing for you guys. So thank you for stopping by today. I hope this is helpful. If it resonates with you, take it. If it doesn't, go ahead and move on. If you liked what I have to say, go ahead and subscribe so that you don't miss a single reading. And please comment if anything, you know, really rang a bell with you or if you have any questions. And I'll see you guys all in my next reading, hopefully in a few days. So take care.